right. Don't mind me while I just set up my test device. There we go. Am I live? Okay, there we go. I love that. Click the button and it says offline, and then I click it again and it says, oh, online. Just kidding. Awesome. All right, let me click this button. And all right, we're ready. Welcome to the stream. We are making a game for Game-like Jam. We're making a roguelike. Let me actually turn on scripts. It's day 9. We are, I don't know, I feel pretty confident that at this pace, we'll have something ready to ship. We got a lot done yesterday. Didn't feel like it, but the game looks a lot better. Changing these fonts, adding these bars, I feel a lot better. I didn't update the UI for this. I didn't update the UI for this. I'm going to do that now. But first, I did run into a bug after the stream, and I wrote it down. I'm going to fix it on stream. Equipping a second tool overwrites the first. Didn't I fix that? Thought I fixed that. Did I fix this? I can't remember. Flashlight bug. Take turns, shouldn't call get parent anymore. All right. Because we moved the activate tool function. Activate tool is now in the tool. It's not in the inventory handler. We gotta move it there so that when our flashlight runs out of power from this take turn function, it actually calls the right function to turn itself off. Put the flashlight on, turn the flashlight on. All right, then we walk on a wall until we run out of energy. And our flashlight doesn't crash the game. Excellent. Kill that. Fix minor flashlight bug. All right, we're not going to be writing that much code today. What we've planned for this weekend is we're going to make a bunch of mobs, a bunch of tools, a bunch of weapons. This is the wrong order. It should be mobs first, then weapons, then consumables, then tools. That's not an order of importance. I would actually consider tools to be the second most important thing and weapons to be the least important thing. But the reason I want to do it in this order is because mobs are the threat that our game poses to the opponent, or to the player. Opponent. Having good mobs is going to make, first of all, just having good mobs makes the game good. Straight up. So we need that. Also, good mobs gives us more opportunities to make good weapons to meet those mobs. And weapons not that important, but ideally we have something set up where the player starts with low tier weapons. And then as they progress through the game, they find better weapons. And then finding a weapon is kind of on its own a little nugget of fun. But then figuring out when to use that weapon and when not to use that weapon should also be its own fun. And that depends on the mobs that the player is facing. So if we give the player a big gun that uses a lot of energy and then we just send little guys, then the weapon's never going to get used. There's no opportunity to make a weapon like that. So we need mobs first. Then we need weapons to meet those mobs. And then consumables are pretty important because I think that's going to be like the lifeblood of our game. You have a food clock and an oxygen clock, and we don't want to make the food clock is presumably not enough to beat the game without getting some sort of source of oxygen somewhere. So consumables. We want to make interesting stuff. It's not going to be really connected to mobs or weapons. It's just, I don't know. And then we make tools, and I feel like tools are the most important piece of kit because they're kind of the window that we've given ourselves into the player modifying the game. So weapons don't do anything if there are no mobs. Mobs aren't. If the player doesn't have weapons, the player's response to every mob is going to be the same. But even if we get, tools always matter. Presumably we have one tool. Well, we have one tool right now, and that affects exploration. And exploration is, a thing that is the majority of the game. So flashlight affects exploration. We want more tools that affect exploration. We do want tools that affect combat, and we also want tools that affect movement, because those are the three most important parts of the game that I have staked out. Important: movement, combat, and inventory. All right. Should have said exploration. Inventory is important too. So we're going to be making tools. I don't have that many graphics to use, and we're at the point of this where I don't think hunting for public domain graphics will help us. Will get us the graphics we need in time, because if we were making a fantasy-based roguelike, there's a lot of options for public domain stuff that people have put out there. It's not all great, but there are a lot of options, and that makes sense. There's a lot of ghosts, there's a lot of zombies, there's a lot of orcs, there's a lot of elves. There are not a lot of sci-fi roguelike elements. That's just not a thing. I found like 2 in my search, and they are not, I mean, I've taken what I can, and this is not much. So if we want graphics for something, I think we're gonna have to make them ourselves. So I've got GIMP loaded up, ready to go right here. It's actually not loaded up, ready to go. This is what I've got planned here is a practice thing first, but we'll come back to that. We're gonna make the graphics. We need to give ourselves a note for implementation. So okay, so I open new tab. No, I want to make a new thing. How do I do that? Oh, I have to make a new folder. Okay. Contents making. Let's put that plan in there. No, actually that should go in the notes. No, it should not. It should go here. It was in the right spot, but content making. So our baseline, the thing we need to consider from a narrative plot perspective for the assets we're trying to make. So in Rogue, I should have looked this up, but I'm pretty sure in Rogue, the goal of the game is to get to the bottom of the dungeon and get the Amulet of Yendor. And then once you get it, you win. Rogue RPG goal. Successfully return it to the surface according to what is this? What? I wish Rogue was like new enough to have a website. Maybe this will actually. Rogue the adventure game. Yeah, this looks like it. What was the... Do I just have to download Rogue and look for the README? Players control a character as they explore several levels of a dungeon, seeking the Amulet of Yendor located on the dungeon's lowest level. The player must fend off an array of monsters that roam the dungeon. Along the way, blah, 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 blah. Do they have to ascend? Whatever. The point is, the story of Rogue is we're going to the bottom of the dungeon. Going to Rogue. Going to the bottom of a dungeon, retrieving the MacGuffin, I don't know, and then bringing it back to the surface. In reaping the dungeon, is there a wiki? Maybe Rogue Basin. Rogue Basin I tend to trust. The plot. The game is based below the surface of Jupiter, where a machine built by a research lab is based there. It's gone out of control and forced the research underground. So the machine is producing dangerous creatures. You have to dive. Okay, whatever. We can represent this. Reaping the dungeon. Going to the bottom of a dungeon and destroying the machine, thus saving everyone. Thus saving everyone. Hooray. That is the goal, right? The goal is to destroy the machine? I don't actually know. In any case, we can kind of, first of all, there's definitely a pattern here. We're going down into a dungeon, and then we have to do a thing at the bottom floor. And then presumably in reaping the dungeon, we have to go back up. But I think we want to keep that. We want to go down to the bottom floor, do a thing, come back to the surface. Okay. All of that to say, when we're making mobs, we should consider one or both of these baselines to keep them thematically on point. So we are on the surface. This roguelike takes place underneath Mars. So there's an Amulet of Yendor doesn't make sense, but maybe like there's a machine. Player must go down the bottom floor and disable the machine, and then return to the surface. So I'm thinking half of the mobs we make should be connected to the machine in some way. They're like robot servants, like something that is subservient to the machine. Many mobs should be aligned with the machine. Okay. So for mobs, ideas would be, I think there's mobs aligned with the machine and mobs not aligned with the machine, but they're still hostile. And Mars doesn't have any native creatures, so everything there would be okay. So there's either robots or genetically engineered creatures. So that's the two buckets that I'm gonna try and aim all of mob creation in. Now that that's laid out, before I make a mob, I'm gonna go over here. I want to make a low warning oxygen doodad. So I want to make a little thing that pops up on the UI, and it just says O2, and it'd be nice if it flashed. So like This is the wrong size. I think like 100 by 100 twice is fine. 200, 100. I don't know how big that is. That doesn't look that big. Maybe that's fine though. We'll put a guideline. Oh. Right there. All right, so we have this space to make like a little hazard symbol, and I'm not imagining anything complicated because I'm not an artist. Let's go ahead and add a transparency layer because we don't want this to be a rectangle. And then I think we want to turn on the grid for now. And this grid is 2 by 2. Is it 2 by 2? That doesn't seem 2 by 2. Oh. Where do I set the grid size? It should be under here, or is it under me learning the tool right now? I thought it was under image. Configure grid. Oh, it's right under the thing. Okay, so it's definitely not. All right, so every 2 pixels, grid. So, yeah, no, maybe the other grid was better. Every 10 pixels? Sure. I'm thinking this element should be yellow. It could be blue though, because blue is the color of oxygen. I've decided. We'll start with a triangle. Let me get the black. Why isn't this? Oh, that's not actually a color. Let's add black to this. There we go. I would like to take my pencil, which has been pre-configured for pixel art, and I would like to draw a triangle. And this is the top. I don't want to draw like that. I think I want to draw something that's like doesn't use the top 20% and the bottom 20% of the screen. What am I doing? Not drawing, that's for sure. All right. So maybe I should actually take a line. The line tool is somewhere. One of these is a line tool, I promise. It's not this, is it? No. I mean, I could use this. Okay, I can't use this because I'm dumb. But if I wasn't dumb, I don't know. I shouldn't use this tool. Let's find the line tool. Warp transform, bucket fill. Is it under here? Paint tools? Transform tools? Could have sworn there was a line in GIMP. How do I draw a line? GIMP, how do I draw a line? Shift click with any drawing tool. Oh. So this was the right tool. That's not black. I was promised black. Try again. But this time over here. Maybe that's fine. I guess it doesn't really matter, like, wherever we place this, it's not going to be ideal. That's a triangle. Let's go ahead and grab a yellow. I actually want to grab this color and then I want to shift it to yellow. Yeah. Why? I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, okay. Proof in point. Do I need to increase the threshold? I have the threshold set to 1,000,000. Yeah. So part of the reason I'm not a good artist is because I don't actually know what I'm drawing. Like, I assume when an artist is staring at a blank canvas, they know what they're trying to draw. They have an idea. They have a general idea. They're like, I'm going to draw a sign, and it's going to have 2 dots at the top, and there's going to be... I don't know what I'm drawing. The best art that I've made, which is not good, but the best stuff that I've made, I've started having no idea where I was going to end up. It's just throwing colors at the canvas, and then it starts to take shape, and I'm like, oh, actually that's... I don't know what I'm doing. Let me go ahead and... I heard that adding color... Or not color, adding... what is it, this? Nope, that was not it. Oh, shoot. Cancel. Redo. Because I want to make this darker. And then I would like to add some depth. So I'll just like color the edges. Hold on, I have to sneeze. Okay. Maybe I can just draw a line. That did overwrite some black pixels, but we can fix that. That kind of helped. That did kind of help. Okay, let me go ahead. I don't remember what the color picker button is, but I really should have that on standby because we're painting off our palette. It's, oh, no, hold on. It's control click. There we go. Shift click is the line drawing tool. Control click is the color picker tool. All right, this looks like a thing. And I think we want to. Cool. I'm doing the color picker. No, I actually want to draw a line like up there. Oh no! What have I done? No, I've rotated. How do I view, reset? Reset, thank you, okay. This might be too much. I might need to start drawing lines to reclaim the yellow space. But, progress. Okay, I do want, nope, wrong color. There we go. All right, and then I want to, oh no, hold on. It's looking a little thin up here. Why does, all right, whatever. I'll just touch it up with the pencil. Okay, and then we pick this color and then it's starting to look chunky starting here. So just pare that back. This is fine. Let's grab our favorite. Actually, we wanna do it in black first. We wanna draw O, probably here, and then a little 2 up here. Could this be the time for paths? Why is it curved when I did it with the triangle, but now that I'm trying to do curves, it's just a square? Is it because I didn't know? That's not why. Ah, here we go. Okay. That's too much. Oh, come on. I don't understand this tool, but... Okay, how do I paint? Fill path, selection from path. That's a 0. No, it isn't. That's an O. No, it isn't. Was this a mistake? Maybe. There is an elliptical like selection tool. I could just use that. Okay. Why is the pencil not pixel? Whatever. We'll fix it in post. This is post. All right, cool. Please deselect none. Then I would like to have like a blue. Actually, yeah, we might want to just have another ring of this. Okay, now we make a blue ring. Okay. And then we do, maybe we do one more. Let's try not doing one more first. I'm just going to trace a little black to give this letter some depth so that O, and then we got to have a little 2 up here. Shoot, I have to freehand this? Oh. All right, the 2 should start here. Okay. O2, except the 2 is cursed. Here's what I'm gonna do. Nope, not that. This is fine. Actually, save. I don't have a save yet. We're gonna go ahead and drop her this color. Oh, that's the wrong button. We're gonna drop her this color. Swap that there so that we can get the rectangular select. Grab this, cut it. Ooh, I thought that would fill in. I thought having this here would fill in. That's fine. We're gonna move this over, and then we're just gonna fill this in with color. It never happened. Now we have the space. Six. Let's merge this down. Thank you. Shoot. Okay. That's legally a 2. How does that look at normal zoom without the grid? Atrocious, because the 0 is too small. The O is too small. Maybe we can scale it up. Let me just turn off the grid just to verify. Yeah, no, that's atrocious. Maybe if we make the 0 bigger. I don't know. I don't know how to make this less, but there's too much yellow and not enough O. Okay, first of all, let's move this out of the way. We can go ahead and fill this back up, but I think we lost this pixel. There we go. And then we take this, layer, scale layer. Can we make it 125%? That was not what I meant. I meant selection, scale selection. $125. $175. I mean, maybe we can make that work. And what I should have done is a smart tool here. I gotta increase the threshold. Gotta increase it even more. Not that much. You know what, that's fine. We can just repaint the blue circle back down. That's fine. Scale that up to 200%. No, 175%. 150. Let's try 150. It might be fine to have that there. Let me go ahead and patch this up. Why can't I bucket fill this? That doesn't exist anymore. Delete. Okay, and then we take our background 2 copy and we put it here. Merge down. And then we do the thing I said we could do, but oh, it's going to be tedious. Can I? No, not that way. No. Something like this. No, not like that. Okay. Just bucket fill this. I meant threshold infinite. Thank you. Oh, that looks atrocious. Okay, we need to clean up the lines. Shoot. I should probably paint over. No, yeah, I should probably paint over that. Okay. Maybe a triangle is not the right thing. Maybe this shape of triangle is not the right thing. Maybe if it was taller, there'd be less yellow. I just feel like there's too much yellow, especially in this corner here. It's just, ugh. Well, let's take the whole thing, hide it, and then delete this and try again. Oh, I don't even have that yellow anymore. Let me grab that yellow because that's I'm not gonna improvise that yellow. Oh no, but we start with black first. Okay. Start with black. Shift. Why is shift not shift? Thank you. Don't cross the line. Whatever. Okay, now this, we take that yellow, switch back, and we fill. Okay, that's plenty of space to draw a big O. Elliptical select. Because we're not going to pretend I can draw this. How's that? Now, if we push it up, though, too big. Too small. Maybe instead of a triangle, we do a circle. Because I can't make this look good. I give up. Take our circle tool, and we draw a circle. Let's just fill this in. Select none. Select, and then we shrink the selection by 2 pixels. And then we grab our favorite color. And then we fill that in. Okay. Maybe we can actually grab this color. Fill that in, and then shrink the selection like 3 pixels. Okay, this is our warning thing that we have to work in. It just is. What if we shrink the selection by like 10? And 5 more. Can we have like a really tiny 2? I think we can get away with that. A little pixel 2. Let me just shrink this 2 more. We'll work with that. Let's go ahead and make this black, this black. I think they're the same black. Yeah, that's a thing. Now we freehanded 2. We might need to move this over to make room. Two, three, four, 5. right, and now we draw with our talented hands. Start the 2 here. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I can find a public domain 2. That's a Z. Okay. Let's look at that at 100% zoom. That O looks atrocious. This looks so hand-drawn. Let me just try and imagine. No. No. Maybe I should draw something that's 16 by 16 and then scale it up. These are not big. So I just draw something that's 16 by 16 and scale it up. I could try that. Oh, but I want to have multiple, so 32. Okay. Image guide, new guide at the 16 layer. We're just going to freehand this until an image, nope, not like that, until an image shows up. I don't hate it. It looks garbage, but I think it looks better than this. Go ahead and give this, not like that, a little bit of depth. Sure. Hold on, let me just zoom out. Oh no, actually we want probably 200%. Okay. So here's our game. Here's our graphic. If I clean up the O and the 2 is actually not that bad. If I clean up the O, it wouldn't like be terrible, but it would also help to have a little more yellow texture. If I have like a bright yellow, like a shine love the bespoke yellow. Oh, but let's make it more geometric. Yeah. And then let's take our yellow. Let's add a brighter yellow. How's that? Okay, set this to 200%. Okay, how jarring does this look? A little. If I make it 100%, that's fine, but then I'm worried that it's not going to be noticeable. I'll just have to make the color. If I set it 100%, then I make the animation color like red. Maybe that's fine. All right, so we're going to work with that. Oh, it looks so dumb. Programmer art. Except this isn't programmer art, this is the final copy. We go ahead and slap that there. Merge down, and then we take the color. Oh no, I'm sorry. I need to pick the color. Orange? We could use one of our existing oranges. That might be better. Let's use one of our existing oranges. Wow, almost. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this is just gonna flicker. I wish there was a way for me to test the animation. Animation? Playback? GIMP. Is there a way to animate a sprite sheet? Treating each frame as a separate layer and then exporting it as a filters, animation. Do I have to put these on different layers? Is that, because I know I can do that. Hold on one second. Oh, I don't know what that's going to open. I just hope that Windows is not dumb. No, hoping that is always backfired. Okay, it actually worked. Okay. So I can just make this a new sprite and then move it over here. And then animation playback. Whatever. Can we zoom in? Sure. I'm going to say that works. We're going to save that. O2 meter, or O2 worn. All right. Gross. That was me just wanting to make a low oxygen warning doodad. And this is what I've come up with. Let's make some mobs. So, hold on. I've made one of these offline, and I actually think it doesn't look too bad. But I don't like the idea of making, I didn't like the idea of making it offline, so I want to make another one. It's just a slime. So I'm just gonna repeat the process. And can I add an alpha channel? There we go. Okay. I don't think slime is a very interesting enemy. Scale image is wrong. I want to make guides. New guide, 16, new guide, 32. So we've got some colors for a slime already, and just gonna paint, just gonna make a blob here. Then add another blob here and another. And then cap it off with the last color. That doesn't look right. It looks close though. It looks close. I think the shiny part needs to be more dominant. So I think that's probably what it's missing. And that's too straight. All right, let's try again, but this time do it backwards. So nope. Make a blobby shape and then give it some depth. How does that look? Nope, that's not right either. It's too round. It needs to be uneven, I think. Delete, click. None. So let's do a U shape. Maybe we should do, something along these lines. What did I do here? Oh, I gave it a full outline. I see. I didn't just have the top here. I had like something like this. Alright. Start with a splash of color, or of bright. Nope. Then we take an outline around that. Add a little body. And then a base. Like a little toothpaste. How does that look? Not even close. Okay. I think the problem is I'm making the light. The light is coming from above, and that doesn't look right. Maybe I should assume the light is coming from the left. Paint half of it shiny. Nope, that's a square. Let's make it a little more over here because I need to paint over this. Okay, and then give it a little body. And then a little depth. And then contact with the floor. Doesn't look great. It's definitely an improvement. All this work to make a slime, that's not even like... I want to make robots. I'm going to be making robots. Bloop, 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 bloop. It's a bean. I guess I can work with that. In the interest of moving on, I can work with that. Why can't I move this? No, I definitely am selecting the right thing. Merge down. Oh, there we go. Put that there. Now we're going to modify this so that it's got a little move. It's a little more animated in some way. Maybe we can have this reach out. And then we'll retract this. Let's just, that's the wrong color. Sure. Trust the process. And then we just continue the all right. And then we fill in the details. Nope, not like that. All right. Well, we can animate this to see what happens. Playback. Maybe that motion is too extreme. It's not terrible though. Also, this is too fast. Maybe if we go a little faster. I think that's too active for what we want. We want something a little more like it's just sitting there chilling. We can save this as slime 2. And try again. Layer transparency, add alpha layer. Okay. Maybe have them, oh, I can replicate that again. Maybe we have them like reach out just a little. And then we just erase one. Oh, I drew on the wrong layer. And then we erase just that. And then we recolor. Hey, yo, firework dud. Thanks. Maybe we erase this corner. And then draw that there. Sure. Okay. Oops. Okay, how's that? Can I, oh, that does not work. Fun though. I can type whatever I want though. Maybe I can type 800. No, it goes with the 400. That's okay. I mean, that's fine. It's not amazing, but I can put that in the game and not, let me just actually confirm that. Move this over here. This would be the actual size. Yeah, it's not the worst. Could be worse. All right. Okay, we'll save that as slime 3. New. Now let's make some robots. That's what I'm here for. Transparency. I'll try making a small one first. Amazing. Why did I do this to myself? Can I change the transparency color? Color to alpha? Okay, so if I do this and then I color to alpha it. Okay, I can transparency it. So now let's draw us a robot. Let's start with this color. Small one. Can we do like a little crab one? Is that possible? I'm just gonna try. How many legs do crabs have? They have 2 legs, right? 2 legs, a body. Whatever that is. That didn't work. So we're gonna draw like that, that. They're not like spiders, but I'm doing it anyway. And then they gotta have crab hands. Those look like antenna. Probably because they're coming out of the head and not the... I don't have enough detail. I don't have enough detail. I can't make this work. Okay. The top of the crab is polished. And then, I don't know. Does that look like it could be a robot? I guess. Don't look too closely at it. Animating this, I think, is not going to be too hard because all we have to do is animate the legs and the hands. So, whoops, that's the wrong, no, that's the right. What is it talking about? Merge down. Why is this, why am I not drawing? Click. This is the right layer, right? Select none. Oh, that's probably why, because I have this selected and I can only draw on the selection. Okay. If I swap these and then I erase, okay, that does work. Okay, what if I animate just those 2 frames? Filter, animation, playback. Can we zoom this into 400% like we promised? I mean, not terrible, but not great. Let's try again. So this is right. Actually, what we might do is have this 3rd frame and then just put this over here, but then have the legs. No, we should think about how the legs are going to be. Close the claws. I could have this leg come up. Maybe the claws don't close. Maybe they stay like that. And then maybe we have every odd claw move forward 1 and every even claw just disappear. Ah, great. Okay, I have an idea, but I need more frames. I need more than 3 frames. But let's see if this is even, like, worth pursuing first. Filters, animation, playback. Show me this mess. Oops, 800. Why is that happening? Oh, why do I have gaps in this stupid thing? Oh, it's because I'm erasing. The eraser lied to me. Pause. Oh, we can fix this at least. Okay. Do I need to refresh this? Yeah, I do. Well, I don't know why it's doing that, but I think we can make this work if we have like a leg popping up here and a leg popping up here. Like so. Okay. Let's see it. I don't know why that's happening, but I'm going to assume that that's fine. Which is a great assumption. That's an assumption that I like. What I'm doing works. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. I don't want this anymore. I would like this to be here and this to be here. Nope. But not here. So we need that. Actually, we can just get rid of this. Get rid of this leg. Perspective will pick it up for us. Man, that is a cooked animation right there. Let's go ahead and see what happens when we put it on the... $400, please. I think if we get rid of the legs, it's actually fine. If we just have the legs wiggle around a bit, it's fine. We don't need this animation to be so extreme. Maybe add little lights on it. Will that help? And for lights, Ugh. Okay. Okay, coloring the claws was a mistake. I see that now. The light, okay. The claws, no. Okay. I wish there was a way to animate, like, as a sprite instead of doing a playback like this. I don't even know what's happening. Okay, whatever. Let's see it in action. All right, and so that's not distracting. Let's get rid of that. Filters, animation, playback. I think we can work with that. I think that's good enough. It's not great, but it's good enough. All right, all we got to do is compress these down to a single layer. And then we have to alphabetize the color. Threshold, please. Select none. There we go. Delete. Select none. Select none. Delete. Okay. Save as small crab bot. New bot. Let's try making a bigger robot, not a crab. Like this thing is half height. What if we make something that is like a dog and it's 75%? Dog shape, not an actual dog. Four-legged creature shaped. Add alpha channel. Oh, but we're probably gonna want this to be black. Yeah, it's easier to read. Read as in determine the what the heck we're drawing. Okay. Leg, 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 leg. Yeah, no, that's wrong. Perspective, perspective. Leg, 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 leg. This gives us all this room for robot body. Great, I just made a tail, but it's garbage. What if we try drawing the body first? That's a table again. Why? Why is black not here anymore? Why is it over here? Why did I get an extra color? I'm confused. Might help to draw like that to make it stand out more. All right, that's a silhouette of something that looks like a camel, or since it's fine. It's fine. We'll make this work. So shiny, nope, shiny. Gosh, and then we'll I think I have another. Is this a silver? That doesn't feel like a silver. What color is this? Compared to that? You just got this random brown here. All right. Well, no offense, but you'd be better if you were a silver. That I could make even darker. Okay, and then this is the neck. And what kind of robot is that? I'm gonna call it a hauler. I don't know. I'm gonna give it lights. Sure. It would make sense to have like small lights on the side. But then big lights on the front. Oops. Okay, I don't hate that, so I'm going to go ahead and roll with it. Let's go and have the lights flicker. Maybe not like that. Grab this, make it dark. And then we'll just move the legs. We can just move this leg up. Maybe there's a simpler way to do this. We can just have one leg go up, and then another leg goes up, and then have this leg go, I don't know. Bring this leg back. But then retract this leg and this leg. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Layer, filter, animation, playback, please. What abomination have we made? Oh. Well, it looks wrong, but I think it's because the legs are desynced. That's the reason it looks weird. But they're not desynced. They're like, that's, isn't that how does a dog? It's like the front right paw and the back left paw move. What might help? What might help is hold on. If I take this and I add it again. So it goes there. Well, it should look right in the playback. It could just be a matter if it's not looping the way it's going to loop when I put it in. No, I think the legs moving is a mistake. Maybe that's the problem. The problem is the legs should just not move. We should just have the lights blink. That's actually fine. No need to overthink it. Let's just have the lights blink and then we're good. Give me this leg back. I think maybe the light should flicker a little. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at that animation. Playback. Boring, but whatever. It'll do. I'm going to save this as WalkerBot. Let's make a new one. Oh shoot, I didn't do the thing where I delete the black away. Let's get that out of here. Also, I didn't merge these layers down. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Let's make a new bot. We got two small ones. We got a crab bot and a walking bot. I think it's time for something with guns on it. A gun bot, if you will. Okay, we're going to add a transparency channel, but we're not going to use it yet because just how life is. Gunbot, it's going to be square. It's going to have treads, so we can just draw treads. This is the wrong color. It's going to have treads. What is perspective? How do artists do this? Okay, and then we mount it up on a little box. On a little box. On a little box. On a little box. Okay. Sure. Problem though, if we fill in what we have, we'll lose all the detail and this will be a blobby mess. So we have to do this for now, but I need this to be shiny. Okay, I really wish this was a different color. 0017.6. 0. I'm sorry. Did you not? I'm trying to adjust this color. 0. I'm not searching. 17.6. Okay. And that didn't adjust it. Great. There we go. Now you're a proper dark color. Now I can do one of these. Ugh. That still looks a little atrocious. I think it's because the shape is too blobby. and not sleek. Maybe we can fix that by like making it more angular. I kind of want to just delete it and start over. Ugh. Hi, what's the game? Also, if you tried Pixelrama for Pixelrama for pixel art, it's so good with Godot. I don't think that solves the problem I'm having. The problem is not a tool issue. The game is a roguelike. We are making a roguelike. Here it is. This is what it looks like. Let me go ahead and zoom in. So we are on Mars. We are making robots for our machine overlord to use. And this is supposed to be a gun bot of some kind. I can kind of like, maybe I can coax this into being the gun. But I need to like add shading to it. So delete that. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Delete. If I put it on a platform like that and then grab my colors. Okay, let me grab my colors like this. And then we draw a perspective and we make it look like a gun is coming out of right here. Maybe if we finish the shading. I think if we add blinking lights to it, that might sell that it's a robot and not an iron or a gas pump. I don't know. Maybe we add lights to it. I think we can add like glow. Oh, let me use a darker. Can add like a strobe to it. So like and then we'll have the color move. This should not have been a light. Actually, I should put the lights on top of the gun barrel. That kind of helps. Whatever. If I squint at it, it looks right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. No, let's do 5. Okay. Are you doing the game jam alone? Yeah. It's all me. Copy, paste. Oops. I overcopied. Okay. Do not select that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, that's too many. Okay. I've done one before. That's cool. This will be, if I actually finish this, this will be the first time I finish a game jam. So, you know, the fact that it's 30 days is a big help, because every other game jam I've done in, the longest it's lasted is like 10 days. And is it 10 days or 7 days? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was 10 days. And yeah, I just can't get a game done that fast. Yeah. And then since I can't get it done that fast, I just don't bother. I think so. I'm not 100% satisfied with this barrel. But we can go ahead and animate to see what we've wrought upon this world. %400. Well, that's not right. Or is it? I don't hate that it moves, that it's hovering. Oh, if I move this up one, and then I move this. Oh, the reason is, I know why it's doing that. And you know what? That's fine. But we can fix it on the filter, animation, playback. Oh, I thought it was doing cumulative layers. I thought that was the reason why it was looking so weird. All right. Can we go ahead and I think I want this one to be down here. Merge these all down and then cut them. Okay. Let's see the animation again. I mean, I don't hate it. The only thing I hate is this. What might be nice is if the lighting on the barrel rotates as well. So what we do to make that happen. No, that should be over here. Yeah. I've been using Godot long. Nope, this is my first project. First project using Godot. I've done the tutorials and that's it. So everything past that has been me learning the engine just as much as me learning. And it's been pretty good, you know. Shoot. All right. Let's make these dark. Shoot. Would recommend. Okay. That might be too extreme. But that doesn't feel extreme enough. I feel like I can barely see that. All right. Let's test that out. Okay, great job. Painting that on the wrong layer. Let's paint it on the right layer. I've been using it 7+ years now. Nice. Are you a game dev like professionally? I don't think that works. I don't think that works. We tried. We tried. That doesn't work though. Can I just like, yeah. I don't hate this as the final product. It's not great, but like, let me just look at it one more time. Set it and then move on. I made some money. Nice. I think that counts as professional. That's awesome. Sure. It's kind of hard to like express what this is supposed to be. And you know what? Maybe that's fine. No, I think we can improve this. But how? Coding in my background, I still have lots to learn more into the artwork. Ah. That is good. Artwork is hard. That's the hard part, I feel like. Coding, I feel like, is really hard until you get past a certain threshold, and then suddenly it gets easy. But that's very much after you've gotten through a lot of hard. And there's no shortcut. Well, I mean, I guess the shortcut is use someone else's game who's done all the hard part, and then sure, after that it's easy. Can we maybe have this like move up and down? Merge down. And then we need to draw in the missing pixels. Well, that was hard. All right. AI is so good now for coding. Haven't tried it yet for games, so I don't know. This is the wrong picture. How did I get on this? Okay. Almost. Go ahead and grab this. What? I'm not seeing what I'm seeing in the playback. So there's pixels under this barrel in the second frame. But when I go to the second frame, oh no, this is the second frame. Okay, yeah. What? But they're not there anymore, they're gone. How is that possible? Oh. Oh. Psh. Secret. All right. Let us see what we play back. Deep Seek loves Godot, but don't tell everyone. It'll be interesting to see, like, what kind of code it's been trained on and what kind of games it can actually make. Because I feel like okay, that's good. Like in order for AI to be good at making a specific code, it needs to be trained on that code. But the only like open source games there are, they're not bad, but there's certainly a limit to them versus the full list of all possible games. So is it just training on like game tutorials? If it is, then I highly expect it will not perform. I don't know what to call this. We're gonna call this iron bot. Merge it down. Merge down. All right. Oh, iron bot. Because it looks like an iron. This is supposed to be a gun. This is supposed to be a gun barrel, but it's an iron. What should we make next? I want something big. We need at least one big thing. Because, you know, gotta have something to fight at the end. I need some guidelines. 32 and guide at 16. Are you doing 32 by 32? No, this is 16 by 16. I'm doing 3 frames of animation. I don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason to that. It's just I just picked it. We can add as many frames as we want. We can have no animation if we prefer. You can do it. Half the reason I picked 16 by 16 is because it's like at the sweet spot between it's 8 by 8. You don't get much detail. It's very small. I haven't seen 8 by 8 artwork that's like eye popping. And 32 by 32 is big enough that like I cannot make it look good. I've tried. I do a dozen splotches and they all come out wrong. I think that's just a matter of I need to pick a better palette. 16 by 16 is a sweet spot where I can make. I mean, I'm not saying this is good, but I'd put this in a game. This is not what's going to ruin the game. This is not what's going to ruin the game. That's supposed to be a crab. That's why I picked that. What are we drawing? This is a big robot. It's a big robot. It's a mean robot. It's meant to hurt the player. It's meant to hunt the player down. I'm gonna say like a mech. So something that takes up most of the space, most of its space. Big honkin' rock shape. But I can't be too big because I need to be able to put like detail. Maybe I can make you some 16 by 16 just for fun if you want. This is a Kool-Aid man. Maybe we make it so it's big up top and then it has like little, well, I shouldn't say little, stocky legs. So like, and then elephant. It's a big elephant. That's what it is, but it's on 2 legs. Can we make that work? liking this shape. That's too much, but the right idea. I think for robots, we want them to have a more symmetrical shape. So we want to discourage the blob. I think I can work with this. So not side on. I don't know. I don't think this game has enough artistic cohesion from its author to really have to commit to a perspective. We can just invent a perspective and then go from there. No, I have no idea. It could be side on. It would be nice to have like the heck is that? Okay. No. This thing needs hands. That's all I'm missing, but I don't know. That makes it look like it's cut off here, and that's not what I want. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's not bad. I can kind of work with that. Just every time I touch it, it gets worse. So maybe I should stop touching it. Can I pare down this? Okay. And then for the animation, I think we only need one more frame. And we can just have this guy like bobbing. Like you just shrink a foot, shrink a pixel. Where's the rescale image? Canvas size. 32. And we don't need that guide. Whatever. We don't need to remove it. All I need to do here is grab this guy. Okay. Let's see that animated. Duh. I mean, other than why it looks so cursed, that's fine. I don't understand, and it's fine. Merge this down. Grab that. Delete. All right. We'll save this as big robot. Now I need to make one more. I mean, at least one more. I wish I had a list of all of the enemies in Dungeon Rogue and Reaping the Dungeon. Um, could make like a digging robot. Nothing we've made looks like a digging robot. Oh well. Layer, transparency. All right. What about a spider? I could try. I think that'll like blend. That'll clash with our crab. Um. Yeah, I don't know how I would do this differently except remove the claws. Which, you know, could do that. I could make like a small body here. And then put a drill on it. And then have a really big line here. When I say really big, it's 4 pixels. No, it's going to be like that. And then we darken. That. Do I need to add a really dark perimeter around it to make it, to sell the fact that it's a drill? It kind of works. And then we just put like a wheel and a wheel. It's garbage. I can't draw wheels, but I can draw hover jets. Why can't I draw wheels? Wheels would be so much better. Can this be a wheel? Maybe if I extend this like a lot. A lot. Gotta put lights on it. If I squint at it, it looks fine. This is going to be the actual zoom of it, so it's fine. Viewed from far away, it looks great. And that's all that matters. Copy, paste. I could have the lights blink, the lights move. Is there a way I could animate the drill in some way? I don't know. I think the extent of my drawing skill says that, and then we just have 2 frames. $800. Okay, sure. We'll call that Drillbot. Oh, let me actually put this back in its place. Let's go ahead and merge that down. Go ahead and click the transparency in, and now we can save it as Drillbot. All right, so we got 5 robots. It'd be nice to have more. How about just a little floating orb? I'm working on it. You working on a spider or got 3? $48. How about a little floating orb? How long am I doing this? Oh my gosh, 2.5 hours. This is the result of 2.5 hours. This is why I budgeted the entire weekend to content creation. Outside of the artwork, generating these critters would not take that long. Oh, I need to, first of all, create the transparency, and then we need to do that, and then a little eyeball. Floating eyeball. And it's not an eyeball, it's an orb. So how about, nope. And then we give it a little dot. Yeah, I don't know. That feels fine. Maybe we just have a little hover jets on the bottom. Copy, paste. We can just like animate. Okay, we can animate the third one over here. And then animate the second one like down here. Merge down, merge down. And then we make these separate again. Sort them in the right order so that the animator can animate them. And then put them on top of each other so the animator can animate them. I think that dip is too extreme. What if it was like there instead? None. All right. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, I can work with that. Yep, put you back. Put you back. Merge it all down. Merge it all down. Go ahead and smart select. Orbabot. Yeah. Okay. We've got a crab, we've got a walker, we've got a quadruped, we've got an iron, we've got a big bot, we've got a drill, we've got an orb. What other kind of robots would be handy to have on Mars? Or in a roguelike, where the bad guy is a big machine. I'm trying to think, like, what do we want to have on level 1 and level 2? Like, maybe a crab is fine on level 1 and level 2. But maybe we want some sort of, like, small little swarmy boy. Would have been nice to have a brainstorm and like brainstorm up like 300 different ideas, most of which suck, but 8 of them don't. Then we would have 2 more ideas. Maybe we have some sort of like repair bot. I think that the crab bot kind of fulfills that role, but what if we had a second, like a support bot? It's like a big square dummy. What about a virus? Like a robot virus? Or you mean like a... Let me see if I can sketch out what I'm imagining. The answer is no, I can't. Like something that's shaped like a virus. Oh, you mean like this, the slimes? Oh, but robot. Let me try. Or do you mean like a gray goo kind of thing? I need to set the alpha channel, and then I need to paint this black. So if we harp, oops, I don't want to edit that. Like a little tiny blob of the T1000. We could do that. The liquid robot. Liquid bot. Is this the right size for it? Sure. Can we maybe this one is like flattening out. If I can actually stop selecting, yeah. I don't know. I need this to be bigger so I can actually draw it stretching out more. Okay. I've done it again. That might be too extreme, but let's see it. I think I need to merge all these down. And then separate them. Okay. Filters, animation, playback. Please bring it up for Hondo. Oh. Why is it doing that? Don't worry about it. I think what I would like to do is move these 2 pixels to the right. And then for, wait, why can't, actually, I'm cool with it being not as big. Okay, let's see that. Animation, playback. I think the motion here is right, but the motion here is not right. But it's close. It's close. So I think if we just like axe some pixels here, we're good. One more time. Filter, animation, playback. No, I think I cut the wrong 2 pixels. I should have cut like these 2 pixels. Or these 2 pixels? All right. Oh no. The second frame needs some pixels here. Like those need to be extended down. Done 4. Nice. Yeah, that works. Stitch them all together. Now we take this and we delete, and we have our Robo Blob. See what you think. Do you have like a link to them? I want one more. One more. Okay. Maybe some sort of like tiny swarm. Like not, yeah, like they're like hand sized, but there's like 5 of them. That's really easy for me to draw, so. Like ant bots. How to send maybe Discord. I am on the Hyper Game Dev Discord. Is that gonna, yeah. So if you're there, you can send them to me through there. Okay, let me look. All right. I think like doot, 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 and doot. And then we why not? So that is what they'll look like at their normal resolution. They'll be too small to see. But if you zoom in to, I don't know, 400%, we can have them wriggle around. Maybe we put like doot, 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 and then we put like a light on top of them. You have a link? Let me see it. I am not sure where it is. Do I have direct messages turned off? I don't think so. I don't see a link. Uh, chat, do I have? No, I don't see anything. My account. Was it a direct message or was it a post in the server somewhere? You have a link for me? Oh, you have a link to the hyper game dev? Let me see if I can link it. Invite to server, is that the button? Sure. Let me post it. Here. I hope that's the right one. And it's a public Discord, so anyone's free to join. So if you want to join the Discord for the game jam, there it is. And I think for animation, we can just like offset. And then we actually don't need this third. Just don't need it. And we can shrink this down to 32. Resize. Let's take a look. Okay. So I can take a look whenever you have them. I think that works. I think I can work with that. I will take this. Is it cool if I put these on stream? Done, sure, all right. So these, I mean, for sure, these look better than what I've done, 100%. This one looks like a cool, I don't know if I'd call that a spider bot. It's got a lot of legs though. That's a walker for sure. That's a better gun bot. And then this looks like, it doesn't look like a bot, but it looks like a cool creature. You can work them however you want. Cool. Thanks for the art. I appreciate it. Let me bring this down. Select. And then we save this. I don't know. Swarm bots. So we got quite a few. We can 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. We have 8 bots and we have this slime. 9 mobs. It'd be nice if we made, I don't know if I have time to make 8 more genetic creatures. What did I write? Genetically engineered creatures. So creatures designed to live on the hostile environment of Mars. We've already got this large fly. So not that, but anything else. First of all, let's make a new one of these. I'm gonna drink some water. And I'm gonna step away for a bit to go to the bathroom. And then we're gonna make some abominations that shouldn't have been made. Be right back. I'm back. I think reaping the dungeon is going to be a good inspiration from us, but the only creatures that I can really think off the top of my head are the bone crusher, the tripus, and I mean there's the rubble crab, but I don't want to make one of those. I guess we can make one of those. We have to make it green because it's green in the game. No, we don't. That's dumb. That's dumb logic. Canvas size 48. Zoom in. Layer. Make a alpha channel. Add some guides. I think we can actually, we're going to make a nice rustic orange crab. I'd like it to be smaller than the robot one. Is this the right orange? Maybe this is the right orange. Okay, let's give it some depth. I think we also need to coat it in like this. Why do the legs look wrong? Everything else is okay, I'm fine with, but the legs, they're no good. Maybe they're too straight? Maybe it's because there's nothing like that. This is the wrong brown. I think that brown is cursed. I should not use that brown. Let me take this color, reduce its... That's fine. This is a crab. And we can animate it just by having its claws open and close. I think that's acceptable. 32. Copy. That is not the size I specified. Copy, paste. What's the games loop? It's a roguelike, so you're just wandering around, picking stuff up, going down the exit that's suspiciously shaped like us, but recolored because we're good at art. And then you just keep doing that infinitely, because this is the same level looped infinitely, because we don't have level generation in the game yet. I think we can just, for this, first of all, select nothing. Does that even work just as is? Probably doesn't, but let's see why it doesn't. Playback. 400%. It kind of works. It's good enough. Can we Mars it up a little? Because it looks just like it's just a brown crab. I don't know. Where are the robots going? Are they enemies? Yeah, all of these are enemies. These are all bad guys. The robots exist. They exist to fight and die or kill the player. All of the things that we're creating exist to die or kill the player. All right, that's a crab. Small crab. And I think after staring at this, I think I want this to have... I'm tired of this It's not looking like it has any contrast. So I'm going to give it some eyeshadow. I don't think it needs to be that extreme, actually. Yeah, that helps. I was going to make a horror game like this, but using ghosts. A roguelike horror game? Well, I mean, that is a thing. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Ghosts are pretty cool. All right, why is brown the color? Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter. We're going to delete it right now. Add that awful channel. Get that out of here. New guide. I would like there to be, what would I say the tripus is? The tripus is a three-legged octopus. Some sort of like jellyfish creature that walks on land. Can you code anything? Yeah, yeah. I did write all of this code. I'm just trying to think, like some sort of like brown crocodile, or maybe like crocodile mouth, but with like a snake body. Crocodile. Okay, so I need to make a mouth happen here somehow. Also, it would be nice to add like some texture. And what if I just like... No. That does not look good. That looks atrocious. I'm not just a Martian snake, because I just did that. The right idea, but I'd like the head to be in the middle. So we got to start over. So something like that. And then we can fix some of this up. Why did I have that selected? That's random. Yep. Get this unnatural bend out of here. What made you go with Godot and not Unity? Because I wanted to do Godot. That's the reason. I don't have a reason. Not C++. Oh, well, if I had written it in C++, I would still be coding right now, and I would have dozens and dozens of bugs I would need to track down, and I would not have gained anything for it. I thoroughly appreciate GDScript over C++. It's a very powerful language with a lot of foot guns, and I would be shooting myself in the foot so much. Can I, like... So I don't know how to make this... The way I've drawn this is the tail, not the head. And you know what? That's fine. And then we just mirror this, and that's our animation. We just have it mirrored. No, maybe. Would that be terrible? Would it be terrible if we just... Okay, let me look at it at the size it will be at. We can just elongate this snake tail a little, and then it's fine. Cool. I'm gonna say that's fine. Transform, flip horizontally. Oh, okay. Flip horizontally. Oh, I'm doing image. I need to do layer. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Snake. All the enemies come at you the same way. The way that it's set up right now, which is not final, but the way that it's set up is that enemies will search for you in their vision range, and if they see you, then they will path towards you. And if they don't see you, then they just stay put. They don't move. So yeah, There's no reason that is fixed, though. That's just how it is today. Work in progress. So I made this instead of the tripus because I don't even know, like, what was that. So we can make a bone crusher now. What is a bone crusher? I don't know. I don't think the developer of Reaping the Dungeon knows either. Uniball. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? We're not making that. Fleshmaster. That's a bone crusher right there. What is that? Well, my bits on itch.io. Nice. It looks like a butterfly, so I'm gonna draw a butterfly. Bum, 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 bum. Nope, come on. Tiny butterfly. Body. That's fine. I'm cool with that. Canvas size. I'm gonna make this like a lot bigger. Then I'm actually going to put this. Why can I not move it? Thank you. I'm gonna put it there. Then I'm going to put it there, and then I'm going to configure the grid, or I'm going to configure a guide, 32, and then another guide at 48. No, I don't want to move the guide. I want to put that there. And then put that there. Oh, get out. And then let's combine these all in animated and see what happens. I need easy wins because I'm running out of creative juice. Okay, yeah, that one's there. That is absolutely not what I selected, GIMP. Cannot cut because it doesn't exist. Ba-da-ba-ba-dam. That's not what I had in mind. I thought this would go like up here, and then there, and then there. Is it because I have these in the wrong order? It is. Let's try again. All right. That's still not right. Kind of hoping you'd be up there. Playback. Yeah. Maybe I should raise the fourth one up a little. Just so it's a cleaner loop. Merge down, and then we gotta slice it back out. Put it on top. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, and those are in the order that I need them to be in. So let's merge down, merge down, merge down. All right. I'm just going to save this as butterfly. Great. I'm feeling drained, so I'm actually gonna stop here. But tomorrow, gonna be making more content. Gonna be making more content. We need to be making weapons, consumables, and tools. It's possible that I can find some public domain stuff for weapons. And consumables, I have stuff that doesn't really fit, but I could use. So it's mostly tools. It would be nice to have a graphic for the flashlight and for the exit. So yeah. Oh, I didn't make UI stuff. It's fine. I'll do that next time. Next time we'll make more UI stuff. We will make, we'll make content. Close this. Oh, there's a lot of stuff that's not saved. Please. This we can discard. Okay. GIMP has had a fatal error and wants to restart. No, go away. All right. Tomorrow, more content. We'll do it. Anyway, I'm going to go space out now. Bye, everybody.